Tank Davis' team finally opens up about Floyd Mayweather releasing the full sparring tape between Tank and Devin Haney. Now, one thing we did find out is Bill and Devin told the truth. But, and I'm going to let y'all know what that but is. And we're going to talk about what Tank Davis's team had to say about Floyd releasing it. We're going to break it down. But before we do that, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook on this. So after all of these years of talking about the sparring between Devin and Gervonta Davis, after all of these years of them beefing, Tank running up on that boy at the club, we seen the clip of Tank getting off, but we still, well, myself, I still want to see the full sparring video because, hey, Bill said he took the money and ran off, and he said he's still spending the money that he made from Devin Haney making Gervonta Davis quit. But we had never seen the full footage, right? Adrian Broner said, you know, hey, man, Tank was on that boy's helmet. We seen that, but we still had never seen the full footage to back up what Devin and Bill was saying that they put it on Tank and they made him quit. But like I said, we finally got to see the full sparring. It was like 19 minutes. And Devin and Bill, they did tell the truth. We seen on several different occasions, Tank was turning his head basically like, hey, I'm tired now. You know what I'm saying? I want to quit. But they continued to go, and then eventually, you know, hey, Tank, he called it quits. But what did we find out from that sparring? Because I told y'all it was a but. Yeah, Bill and Devin, they got the money. They told the truth. But, and what that but is what we saw from that sparring, because did Devin Haney win the sparring by making Gervonta Davis, you know, basically tap out? Yeah, he did. But we clearly seen what AB and everybody on Tank's team was saying, that Gervonta, he wasn't in shape. Now, Devin, he was 16 years old. He was in tip-top shape at that point in time. And Tank Davis back then, we know he wasn't that disciplined. Sometimes he would come in and be overweight and have to have fat camps. And probably, you know, I mean, they said Tank Davis just had got off the plane. And so it backs up exactly what Tank and his team was saying, man. He wasn't in shape. But the thing that I saw from the sparring, right, and I'm totally unbiased in this situation, I saw that Devin couldn't really do nothing with Tank. Even though he was getting off, he was throwing combinations, he hit Gervonta Davis with everything he had, and it didn't affect Tank. It was kind of like, you know, you fighting your little kid, you know what I'm saying? When you know, when your little kid is down at your knees and they throwing the hardest punches and you just playing with them, that's kind of like what that was. I seen from that sparring footage that he couldn't do nothing with Tank. He was just in better condition, but his punches was not phasing Gervonta Davis. And anytime Tank wanted to go on the offense and turn it up on Devin, Devin didn't have no answer. He was trying to retreat. He was trying to get out the way. And Tank's thump was affecting Devin. But on the other end, Devin was throwing everything he had and he couldn't affect Gervonta Davis. Now, I don't really take too much out of this sparring because it's sparring, and, you know, Devin was 16 years old. Tank was like 20 years old. And at that point in time, Tank was much stronger than Devin. Devin still wasn't nowhere near getting his man strength. He was a lot smaller than he is now. And so they are both different fighters today. But at the same time, they both still have the same style. They still the same fighter in many ways. They're just a lot more polished. Devin has gotten better. Tank has gotten better. But one thing still remains. Is Tank still got devastating power, and Devin still really don't have respectable power, if you ask me. And to keep it a buck, and able to beat somebody like Gervonta Davis, you have to have at least respectable power. And respectable power is you might not have knockout power or devastating power, but your opponent is going to respect you. So they just not going to walk through your punches and be willing to get hit with anything you got. And with Devin Haney, man, even with what he was doing to Regis Prograis, right? He even dropped Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis never stopped coming. He never stopped coming forward, right? So it just lets me know in several fights that I've seen with Devin Haney is that he don't have the respectable power that he needs to get Gervonta Davis up off of him when shit get real. Now, Tank Davis would have to close the distance, and I don't think it'll be easy for Gervonta Davis to close the distance in a real fight against Devin Haney because Devin is so much bigger and longer than Tank. But one thing I know is if you pressure Devin Haney for, 9 rounds, he starts to slow down. He can't continue with all of that movement for a full 12 rounds. And I think, if they were to fight, eventually Gervonta Davis would slow him down. And when he slows him down, that's when he'll get to him. On the inside, Devin, he only know how to hold. He really don't have no inside game. And I know a lot of y'all crying right now saying I'm hating, but I'm just breaking down the fight from my perspective, how I see both of these fighters. And like I said, right now, you can see that Devin and Bill, they haven't mentioned Gervonta Davis's name. Before Devin got knocked out by Ryan Garcia, all you heard was them calling out Tank. So it also lets me know that they really don't want no smoke with Gervonta Davis. I mean, Tank just fought Frank Martin. Devin got a mandatory that it's obvious that he's not going to go through and take that mandatory fight with Sandor Martin because he ain't getting paid nothing for it. So they both wide open right now. Now, we obviously know the next fight for Tank is probably Lomachenko, but when has that ever stopped Devin and Bill from calling out Tank? They both wide open right now. Why are you not calling his name? Well, we know that after getting knocked out by Ryan Garcia, I don't think that they are very confident in getting in there with another big puncher. So right now, they don't want no smoke with Tank. Are they ever going to want to fight Tank again? You know what I'm saying? Because we can't say that, well, Tank is at 135 and all of that, because Tank clearly said that he's willing to fight Ryan Garcia. He said, I'll fight Ryan Garcia at 143 as long as we got a rehydration clause or something. So why can't you fight Devin Haney at 140? So that's a possible fight, right? But Devin and them don't want it. Now, going back to the sparring, heard a lot of Gervonta Davis's fans complaining. I heard, Tank's coaches complaining, talking about Floyd Mayweather is a hater. And, Floyd better be careful because you never know, something really might go down, some street shit and all of that. So they weren't too happy about that sparring footage being put out. And Tank Davis's fans, they really got on Devin Haney helmet, damn near made him shut his whole IG down. But the thing about it is you can't get mad when Floyd releases the whole footage because y'all wasn't mad when Floyd Mayweather released Tank Davis's highlights. Y'all wasn't mad when he released the highlights, so you can't call him a hater and get mad now that he released the full tape. That's what everybody wanted to see. But like I said, at the end of the day, it didn't change my mind on how I see this fight playing out. And it actually let me know that Devin didn't have respectable power at that point in time when he was 16 to slow Tank Davis down at all. And I don't think he still do today. But it would be a competitive fight, as long as it lasts. And it's a fight that I would still like to see. But it don't look like Devin and Bill want that fight right now. I could be wrong, but, we'll see. Only time will tell. But sparring is sparring. It is what it is, and that's how I feel about it. Anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel. And y'all already know how I do. Tego talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you. Right.